Hello world, and welcome to Elevated Intuition. Today we are doing a pick card reading for Is Your Crush Crushing Back? Pick card reading means you get to pick the card, the number, the object. I'll be placing objects here in a moment. Whatever resonates for you, you might even look down in the description where I have the timestamps. There might be some numbers or a number sequence down there that calls to you. So you engage your intuition to figure out which group is calling to you. Meet me at your reading. Again, the timestamps are down below. And I will engage my intuition to read the cards for you. Now, important thing. Use your discernment. This is I'm giving you 4 options, and we have like an unlimited number of options of people in the world, right? So I am tapping into your energy. I'm using the objects in the deck to help me tap into you, but I'm also tapping into other people. So what is so important is that you use your discernment. What is for you, and you know it. So if most of the messages are right, but this one thing seems off, discard that one thing. If you get into the reading and it doesn't seem like you at all, I believe you, it's not you at all. If you are here in front of me and I'm just tapping into your energy, we can work through that and we can make it. But you know, a forum like this, I really need you to use your discernment. And that is actually the biggest reason why we're doing this. We're learning about our crush, sure, but you are really learning about yourself, and that is the gift of tarot. That's why I love it so much. So we're learning things about yourself, and you are learning to trust yourself and your own guidance as we are going through these cards. So all right, so let's look at the options. This first option is a cartoon deck. It's a vintage cartoon tarot. It is called Mystical Melodies. It is number 1 here. It is a really fun deck. I love it. It always gives great read. And the object that goes with it is this amazingly beautiful Smoky Quartz. For group number 2, this vibrant, beautiful deck on the other side, this is probably the most traditional tarot deck that I have out here. This is called Golden Art Nouveau Tarot. The other side has gold leaf on it. Very beautiful deck. And the object that goes with it is Bumblebee Jasper. For group number 3, don't let this back fool you. On the other side is lovely, beautiful, surrealistic images, very feminine, very vibrant colors. So the back looks generic. It's not at all. It's one of my favorite decks, and the object that goes with it is Malachite. And then for group number 4, this is a kawaii deck. Kawaii means cute, kind of like, you know, Pokemon, just anyway, lost my but very, very cute images, very cute characters. All of these are very go back to the traditional tarot, so it's not too crazy, but probably the craziest deck out here, but the cutest deck out here, Kawaii Tarot, and the object that goes with it is this chevron amethyst. All right, and if you're still not sure which group is the group for you, that is fine. Let's do a breathing exercise together. Go ahead and close your eyes, take a deep breath in, and release. Continue breathing as I'm speaking here. Breathe deep, breathe big, ground yourself in this moment, be here in this moment, set our intentions. We need to set our intentions to what we need to hear. And take another deep breath in and release. Okay, go ahead and open your eyes, and wherever your eyes are drawn, that is the group for you. Thank you again so much for being here with me, and I will see you at your reading. Hello, group number 1. So if you chose this beautiful smoky quartz crystal, or maybe you like vintage cartoons, or you just like the idea of the number one. Whatever brought you here, you are in the right place. Let's talk about your crush. Is your crush crushing back? That's the overall question we have, and then I'm going to ask 5 questions and pull a card for each. The first, we're going to get your feelings, your person's feelings, and build from there. So I know you're like, I know my feelings for my person. What is your feelings for your person? You know your feelings for your person. You know you feel very strongly about them, and you might be having a hard time. Well, you really want to communicate with them on these feelings. We get the Queen of Swords. This kind of, though, helps us, when we get yours and theirs, it kind of helps us sketch out maybe the best way to talk to them or not to talk to them. Maybe not talk to them. We have the Devil. I'm just joking. The Devil isn't an inherently bad card, but their feelings for you is, I feel like it's very strong as well. Now look at the 2 cards here. This is why we get one for you, one for them. So we see the juxtaposition between them. I feel like your feelings are on the up and up with them. You see the sky is the limit. You see a future. You see a bright future. You see things in the sunlight. We have the Devil over here, so I want you to proceed with caution. They might really be... the Devil talks about addictions, attraction, of course. I feel like they're very attracted to you as well. But there might also be some attachments that they have, possibly to other people that they're not telling you about. And you know, we're just in the crush phase, so that might be expected. But just be careful that when you are speaking to them, that they are mentioning things. I feel like there's some things that can be hidden. I feel like there's some things that they're hiding. I feel like if you know these things and you're okay with it, you could have an amazing sex life. It could be very, very, as long as you are both on the same page with that. But I feel like their tendency, and it could be because of their upbringing, it could be because of their background, their upbringing, things that have happened in the past, maybe even past relationships, that they're not fully open to telling you everything. They've got something else going on. They've got this dark side. Everybody has a dark side, okay? So you have to decide on what it is. You have to be very crystal clear about your intentions and what kind of dark side you're willing to put up with, you're willing to understand, you're willing to be understanding about, okay? I feel like the Queen of Swords, though, you are in an amazing position to communicate your boundaries. You know what you will and you will not, you will and you will not tolerate. That might be, though, why they are hiding something from you. It may be something that isn't even that dark. It's just something that might be complicated, and they see you as somebody who doesn't put up with BS, who doesn't put up with crap, and they're like, oh, I just really can't let them see this about me, or really can't let them. So there's either they're hiding something because they're intimidated by you, or they see that you're light and they don't think that you will embrace their darkness or their attachments. So be careful. Attachments also could be attachments with maybe their family situation they just don't feel like would work out with yours in the future. Maybe it is, maybe they do have a girlfriend, boyfriend, ex that kind of comes around. So just be cautious. There's something here attached. Maybe they have a child that they don't want you to know about. That could be as well. So there is something that they are attached to that they're afraid to tell you about. There's a little bit of darkness, dark side for them that you need to just be aware of. And they feel like they can't tell you because of just the integrity that you show about yourself. Just in like, they see you as very open as well, and that might scare them a little bit. So that was you, them, and what to look out for. We already kind of talked about what to look out for. Let's see if we can get some more ideas. And 2 cards came out. We get the Three of Wands and the 4 of Cups here. Yeah, it just kind of feels like there's, you feel like there's something still that you need to look for, that they're not completely open with you. I also feel like when we get the Four of Cups, the Four of Cups is, we see options in front of us, and we're not quite happy with all of these options. The Four of Cups reminds me of kind of like that meh card. It's almost like, I'm almost feeling like a situation of, if you do take this farther, this crush farther, it's not quite what you expect. It's not quite what they expect. You're not quite the people that you think that they are. And you're left with looking for more. You're left with, oh, you know what? I created this fantasy in my mind about this crush. I was really excited about them. And now not so much. I feel like I'm kind of going back and looking for more, either out of them, and it could be you're looking for more out of them because they're hiding something and they're not opening up and letting you see their true authentic self. Could be that you're looking for more because this, whatever attachment that they have, they're attached to their ex, they have a girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, partner, and they don't have the time for you, that it just doesn't work out the way it does in your head. And it's just kind of like, I do feel like, though, that if this crush doesn't work out, not to be upset about that. I feel like there's new, beautiful energy coming in for you, especially with this Four of Cups, because usually we're staring at what's right in front of us, and you're staring at this crush that's right in front of us. And I feel like the cards are saying like, but everything that you think this person is, there's another person coming forward for you. Steps to move forward. What kind of steps moving forward do we have? Seven of Swords. Yeah, I kind of feel like, okay, this crush might be fun, and I love the way that you're thinking about it. I love like your energy about it. But as things unfold, you're just kind of like, yeah, I'm gonna walk away from this situation. We have the Seven of Swords. Look at him sneaking away. It's like, okay, I'm gonna take my swords, my energy, my words, my thoughts, all of the things that I've put into this, and I'm going to sneak away from this person. They're either not willing to open up to you, or when they do, it's not what you thought it would be. So just be aware, be careful. I feel like it's not, I don't think they want to hurt you. They just have a lot of things that they haven't quite dealt with on their own, and they can't be a good partner unless they've dealt with their own crap. The outcome here, what is our outcome here? And we've got the Four of Swords. Four of Swords is taking a break, taking a rest. Maybe it's like stepping away from like the crush situation. Maybe it is even just kind of like keeping this person in your mind as like, you know, fun little fantasy. You know it's not going to materialize, and just taking a break on this whole like idea of a relationship, because I do feel like there is energy coming in for you for a relationship, but I feel like maybe you are forcing something. I feel like you're pushing it, and I feel like this person, like pushing the right situation with this person isn't right for you. And we see that definitely with the Seven of Swords of walking away. And I feel like the more you push towards it, the more you're like looking around, or the more it hurts you. It's interesting, we have swords, swords, swords. So I feel like there's a lot of things going on in your mind, fantasy-wise, about this person, and maybe they do just look really good. Also, the Devil is usually like a super attractive person, and you've had this magnetic, attractive energy towards them. But the more that you dig into it, the more that you talk to them, the more you give them your ideas, you are just not on the same page. I feel like you're much higher level thinker than they are. I feel like, and I don't feel like it's necessarily their fault. I just feel like they've got things that they need to take care of, that they just can't be the person that you think that they should be or could be, or the person that you deserve. And I feel like the person that you deserve, like take the qualities that you like about this crush and add that to your like, hey, this is blue eyes, whatever, dark eyes, or works out, or whatever it is that you are really, I feel like this is the perfect opportunity to take a list of what makes this person attractive to you and mentally add it to your, okay, I like this about this person. I like that they read these kinds of books. I like that they play these kinds of games. This isn't my person, but I like that they're handy. I like that they can fix my car or change my tire. Whatever it is that you are finding yourself attractive in this person, I want you to write it down and put that on your list of expectations for the person that is lurking in the background, that is waiting to find you. Because I feel like there's something about this person that you find attractive, but you're not really connecting it with your real person, the person that's really going to be your next relationship. So just meditate on it. Just calm. Don't worry about it. Calm your mind. Don't overthink something. Again, I feel like while you're sitting here angry that like this is just not the situation that you thought it would be, there's something beautiful brewing in the background here. This is usually an angel coming in and handing you a cup. It's like, hey, you're ready now. But all of these cards here are kind of like, and even the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords is about you doing what's right for you. So even if you've invested some time with this person, if it doesn't feel right, trust yourself. Remember, we had that talk in the beginning when we were choosing decks. Trust your intuition, trust your discernment, trust yourself. And I also feel like I need to say this to you. You deserve somebody who's going to love you as much as you love them. And I feel like all of this is you putting energy into this bottomless pit. And it's not their fault. I'm not blaming them. They just are not at a level or personal level where they can return the goodwill and love to you the way that you deserve. So I feel like with the Queen of Swords, you know what you deserve. Use your boundaries and really do what's right for yourself, okay? So I love you, Group 1. I hope that you have an amazing day. There's something amazing around the corner for you, okay? Don't give up. Love you, and I will see you in the next reading. Hello, Group 2. We've got our Bumblebee Jasper. So one of my favorites. I love the vibrant yellow in here and the vibrant yellow in this deck, the gold vibes, the Art Nouveau vibes. Let's get into this. So overall question is your crush crushing back? And then we're going to ask 5 questions. I'm going to get 5 cards, possibly more. We'll see what comes out, and see if they're crushing back and see what the potential is here. So we're going to get a card. We're going to do your feelings, their feelings. I know you're like, I know what my feelings are, but it's good to juxtapose those feelings, okay? So we've got your feelings and we've got their feelings. Ooh, okay, we've got some good vibes, good energy going on here. So we have the 10 of coins over here. Your feelings towards them, very complete, very, like you see a future here. You see this as the end all be all, growing old together, creating an empire. The two of you, Bonnie and Clyde, ride or die, being together, and you are looking way into the future with the 10 of coins. The 10 is a completion number. We start off at the ace, go through the 10s, and coins is like you see very fruitful energy here. Obviously, you know, we have a crush, so we're talking about attraction, we're talking about love, we're talking about our emotions, but I feel like you're very practical about it. You're grounded about it. Like, I wouldn't call you a gold digger, but you definitely see like your wealth and their wealth tied together, working together to create that future. Okay, when we get the pentacles, because money and material things are very, very important in the pentacles. But then on their side, very fresh, young energy. I don't know if they're seeing quite the future that you are seeing, but there is an attraction here. We've got this is the Page of Cups. I think it just might be surprising to them. They may not fully understand their emotions right now. So the Page of Cups talks about that surprise because we've got this fish in the cup, like whoa, this is kind of like a magical moment, a magical connection, but it's very fresh and new. Because so where you may have been watching them from afar for much longer, or maybe you're just a deeper thinker, or you have more forward thinking, forward view of the situation, this is fresh and new, and they're just in the moment, and they're like, yeah, I find that person attractive. I would like give them my heart. I would give them my emotions. That's what this page is about. This is new for them. This is newer for them than it is for you. And either it's because you feel like you have like a connection that goes back farther, or you've noticed them longer than they've noticed you. But that's where this is why we get the 2 cards, so we can get the juxtaposition, so we can understand, like when you're seeing a future and you're like, hey, I see our great grandkids, I know what they look like. And when we see their energy, if you start saying things like that, you might scare them off. Okay, so that's why we get those 2 cards, so we can see yours, theirs, and then let's talk about what to look out for. What do we need to look out for in this connection? This may be, we get the 6 of Cups. I love that we're getting Cups cards in here. 6 of Cups is a great card. It's about nostalgia. This may be like an old crush for you. This might be, usually we're talking about nostalgia. So either they remind you of somebody else that you used to love, or this is like your high school sweetheart, your childhood sweetheart, and they're returning and coming back for you. They may not have felt the same way about you as you did them. Like I'm getting this image of you writing like your name and their name on like on tablets, you combining your names together, that kind of thing, where they just were not in that same space as you were. Maybe they weren't even interested in relationships at that time, and maybe they didn't think of you in that way. There's just, but I do feel like there's a very friendly vibe and energy about this. Nostalgia, coming back from the past. So there's definitely this idea of like, if this is a new person for you, you could feel like you've known them before. You feel like they either remind you of somebody, or there was a past life connection, or there's this really much a deeper connection on your side than it is on their side. But it's because you have this feeling, maybe even deja vu, like you see them and you have deja vu. When I think of deja vu, or when I hear about deja vu, I feel like it is a marker in our lives to show us that we're on the right path. Okay, so loving the Cups cards that we have so far, this is that emotional energy, that emotional connection. We want to see Cups cards here. And then you can call me a gold digger, whatever. I love to see Pentacles cards as well, just because I feel like it's a grounded energy. Okay, you're being very practical, right? But I'm not an idiot. We need to sustain ourselves. We need to feed ourselves. We need to have some money going on here. So I'm happy to see the Pentacles cards as well. Steps to move forward. What do we have for steps here? Okay, we've got the 10 of Wands. It feels like this could be putting in some energy, putting in some work, picking things up. Relationships are work. It's not 50-50. Relationships aren't 50-50. It's 100% of everybody putting it in here. I feel like you are ready and willing to do that. What I'm concerned about is your person. So just use your intuition, use your discernment. Are they willing to put in some work here? Because I feel like there's gonna need to be some work, especially 10 of Wands. Wands are passion. Wands is that passion element. I feel like you are like, yes, let's go, let's do this. But that you got to be careful. Don't scare them off. We just have the page over here. And while they are surprised about their feelings for you, whether it's because they remember this childhood connection, or because they never thought that they would have a connection with anybody again, maybe they've had a bad situation and they're like, wow, these feelings are starting to stir. Like, this is new for them, okay? So the other baggage part here is Ten of Wands often talks about the need for release and the need for release of like our baggage, of those bad relationships that no longer serve us. So as we move forward, like they may not be as into this as you are because they haven't done the work to release their exes. So just be aware of that and be careful about that. And those are things that you need to do and they need to do if this connection is going to move forward. Okay. And then let's get a card for the outcome. Look at this. We've got the Three of Cups. Okay. Make sure they are releasing the past, because the Three of Cups can be a couple different ways. It's a beautiful energy. Again, I'm reading this really because we have the other Cups cards here, okay? We have this really positive, celebratory energy. I feel like even if it doesn't work out with them, this is somebody who is a great friend. I feel like this is somebody who you shouldn't worry about investing time into, because even if they don't turn out to be this end-all, be-all, everything, they are a great friend and they're totally worth your time putting into this. I do want to mention though, I feel like for a small, tiny percentage of you, be careful of another connection, possibly on their side. Be careful of like a third-party connection. They may already have some attachments that they're not releasing of another, like an ex. Okay, so we want to, especially when this Ten of Cups comes, Ten of Wands, sorry, when this Ten of Wands comes in here on steps to move forward, we have to release that past, to let it go. When we get the Three of Cups then too, there is the potential that an ex can come up, okay, if they haven't done the work to release them. So I just want to say, just be careful about that. Be open to the situation, like what's really happening versus what you think and what you want to happen, because I feel like we've got the past and the future here that are so vibrant on your side that you would be willing to overlook them not doing the work, or you would be willing to put in more work than they are putting in. So that's the only caution that I have for you. Otherwise, I think it looks amazing, okay? It looks really, really good. Lots of Cups cards like I like to see. I just want to make sure that we get you and them, because right now, like you're up here and they're down here. We want to move you guys closer together to be on the same page. And that's what I have for you. So that's what I have, group 2. I hope that you have an amazing day. Thank you so much for being here with me, and I will see you in the next reading. Hello, group 3, and welcome. Let's ask this deck, is your crush crushing back? This is our Malachite, the number 3, and then our beautiful deck that we'll get to see more in depth here in a second. So is your crush crushing back? And then I'm going to ask 5 questions, pull at least 1 card for each question. We'll see if more come out, and we'll go from there. So we're going to start off with you and your person, how you feel, how they feel. I know you're like, I know how I feel, but it's nice to see the juxtaposition between you and them, and it kind of helps, Ten of Cups, kind of helps sort some things out as we go along. So, Nine of Wands. Did you hurt your person? I'm wondering, because we've got you and we've got them. So there may have been, maybe not even something serious. Like if I ask if you hurt your person and you know, you can pinpoint it, maybe you're sorry about it, you know exactly what that is. And if you don't know what that is, it could be misunderstanding, something like that. It could be sometimes when we have a crush on somebody, we're a little bit harder on them. We don't know how to get their attention. You know, I'm thinking back with what's coming to mind, and I don't want to call you immature or anything like that, but sometimes, you know, you might be teasing them and they take it the wrong way. Or, you know, when you think about grade school, and I have this conversation with my daughter all the time, because there are boys who come up who pick on her, and in my day, we used to say, oh, he likes you. They like you when they pick on you, right? That's not exactly, though, the best way to handle it, of course, because it's like a kid behavior. And like I said, I'm not calling you immature, but some people just have that kind of like angsty kind of vibe towards somebody that they like, either because they don't know how to express how they like them, or that's just like the way that they are. You know, when you see a couple, sometimes they bicker back and forth. This person seems to be very sensitive. They're sensitive to that. So when they're seeing you, and it may be even a thing where you are in charge of them for some reason. Either you're like working in a group project and you're telling them to do things, or they feel like you're being harder on them than you are other people. I don't think that they're seeing that as like a love connection or a love interest, or that you like them. They're kind of confused. And the confusion can be good, because then they're like, well, wait a second, I thought we had a vibe, but then they're like this. And so it might be part of you working out your own feelings of how you're presenting yourself. So this is why we do this, because you may not even realize that you're being a little passive aggressive, or you're being a little forceful or angrier, or pushing buttons with this person, that you don't really realize that they're not taking it in a positive way. They're taking it as a very, you're wounding them. They don't really like that. So like I said, my dad and my stepmom, for instance, like they bicker back and forth, and that's just the way that they are. And maybe that is kind of like the relationship model that you've seen, and that's how you think it should be. But this person is too sensitive for that. It's not hitting the way that you thought it would. So when you get a little sassy, when you get a little angsty, when you get like a little, trying to show them some attention, the attention that you're showing them is not hitting them that right way, because they're not framing you as a crush. They're like, whoa, what the heck's happening here? Why am I being singled out? They're not seeing that attention from you as something very positive. So just so you know, like if this is something that you want to pursue, we have a little bit of hole that we've dug here. They don't think that you like them the way that you think you like them. Okay. So we've got the 10 of Cups though on your end, whereas you're seeing like, looking towards the future. We've got this rainbow, happiness, sunshine, rainbows, lollipops, everything is all good, right? And then we've got your person who's like, oh no, so it's either like this vision that you have is not for them, or they feel like this attention that you're giving to them is overwhelming. And it could be for a number of reasons. Maybe you are coming on too strong. Maybe you are, you don't realize that the attention you're giving them makes them uncomfortable. Maybe they've had, because I almost feel like they've got like almost an A-type personality here. And maybe they have had like a relationship in the past where they've had those types of scars, and they're just like, nope, put on the brakes. I can't handle this. This is too much, too overwhelming. So I kind of feel like, the 9 of Wands would be a card of like, ooh, overwhelming here, a little too much, go on too much. And it could be because you have this vision of like, hey, how many kids do you want to have, or where do you want to live, or I like this neighborhood, don't you think we want that white picket fence and 2.5 kids and a dog and a cat, and they're like, hold on, I don't even know your name. So even though you see them as somebody who you could have a future with, who you're really excited about, things like that, they are like, oh, you're coming on too strong. It's too much for them. It could be that like it's too much for them in one instance, that like your dreams are not their dreams. They may not share the same dreams as you. For instance, like you may not be their type. You may not be, they may not be interested in the type of future that you're seeing or foreseeing. So let's get a little bit more information about this. what to look out for. So what to look out for in this connection come flying out right away. We got the Ace of Cups. So the Ace of Cups says that there's potential. Cups are good. Cups are new beginnings. So I almost feel like you need to start over a little bit, probably because something here has gotten you off on the wrong foot, especially when they are retreating, especially when they are putting up boundaries between you and them. Doesn't mean that it can't happen. It just is like there's a misunderstanding, miscommunication, something went wrong, and they're feeling very defensive around you. This, it's kind of like on a first date when you go out with somebody and they say, "Oh, I love you," and you're like, "Oh no, run away." You don't want them to run away. So there's something here that's coming on a little bit too strong with them. So we've got to peel things back. We've got to start over a little bit. There's a ton of potential here, and I feel like that's what you're seeing, the potential. You see the Ten of Cups. The Ace of Cups is the beginning, but you have somehow like leapfrogged that into the end, and you really need to get to know them. Okay, so ton of potential, but I feel like almost even the way that you see them isn't really the way that they feel either. So you may be like, okay, let's peel this back. Hey, my name is group number 3. What's your name? I like Malachite. Go from there, start over, reintroduce yourself, and then you could be like, oh, wait a second, this is not what I thought it was. No wonder they were so defensive. No wonder, like, I totally thought that they were this type of person and they're not at all. It's not for me, or you start over, and but like the Ace is like, it's potential. We're opening up these possibilities. We're opening up this potential. We've got to start from scratch. We've got to start from the beginning. So that's what we need to look out for here. I almost feel like that leads into this next card, which is steps to move forward. What are our steps to move forward here? Look at that, 3 of Wands. So lovely. We've got the Cups on your side. You're feeling all the feels, and over here they're feeling all the passion. They might be like, Wands are passion. Wands are like, ooh, action. And they may have had, I almost feel like, these wounds that are coming up, they may not all be all in you. They may not all be all your fault. They really do need an action plan. They really need to see a future, sure, but you're like jumping in 10 years and they're like, I just want to know what's going on next week. So it's interesting, look at how both of these cards are like looking towards the future, but this one is like you already have them at your side. This one is more of a like, no, I need to do a new action plan on how we come together, how I meet your needs, how you meet my needs. Because right now what's happening is they're not seeing it. And it's either because of like that miscommunication or getting off on the wrong foot, or the attention that you're like, they almost feel like there's like a socially awkward, I'm sorry, they like how they have been brought up, the way that you're acting towards them, they're like, and it might be because you have two cultural differences here, maybe different religions, maybe different age groups, age brackets, something like that, that is like the way that you're communicating with them, they're not quite seeing it the way that you intend. So we have to be careful about that. And that's why we're coming back here, formulating a plan, starting over, showing them like, listen, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to upset you. I didn't mean to come on too forward. I just, I like you. So you just tell me, if you let me know if you want to make steps forward, if you progress forward. I feel like I've done too much. Put the ball in their court is what it seems like it's coming out here. And then the outcome of this. Look at that, Queen of Wands. Look at all of these Wands and Cups cards. We are really looking for Wands and Cups cards in a relationship reading. This is such, like, look at the 9 of Wands here versus the Queen of Wands. We both have flowers, but this is where we're really embracing it. This is where they feel like, I feel like you just have overwhelmed them a little bit. You have to let them open up in their own time. You have to let them bloom in their own time here. Queen of Wands is where they really start to feel themselves and really kind of give them power back. I just feel like they've kind of gotten gotten on a little strong, and they need to come back in here and feel like they have more power. And I kind of feel like you walking away a little bit, just like telling them like, hey, I didn't mean to upset you. I didn't mean to hurt you. I just, I feel like connection with you, and I'm sorry if I came on strong, but you let me know how you want to proceed forward. And that gives them a little bit more power to then come back to you and manifest into this Queen of Wands, where they take care of their wounds, and you apologizing, you recognizing some of the things that you may have said or done that has kind of like upset them a little bit, really goes a long way to help them feel empowered. Queen of Wands too. Lots of attraction here, physical attraction. Queen of Wands is arguably the most attractive card in the deck, the most attractive person in tarot. She's hot, but she's also confident, where we come in here where this person is not very confident at all, and you're coming in with all the confidence, but I feel like you're like, ugh, imposing your ideals on them, and they're not even sure that they can't plan that far in advance like they would like to, but they need to get to some confidence first, and some confidence in you and some confidence in themselves. So that's what I have for you, group 3. Like I said, I love that we've got the Cups cards. I love that we've got Wands cards. These are exactly what we're looking for. This is like the foundation. We've got the emotions, we've got the passion, we've got the action, but the action needs to be on their side. If you see this is their side. The action needs to be over here. So if you're the one acting, that's where they're going to be like, oh, wait a second, I don't know where my role is. I need to be the one to move forward and take action here. You might be a little bit overwhelming for them. So just open up your heart, allow that potential to be there. Let them know that whenever they're ready, you are ready. And I kind of feel like when we've got the Queen of Wands, like see this 9 of Wands is looking out like, oh, I don't know. And even the 3 of Wands is like, I gotta heal my heart. And then the Queen of Wands is like, you know what? This could be interesting. Let's talk about this. Let's negotiate on this. I almost feel like maybe even if you've laid out an idea, or even if you've thought about it and it's in your head and you just, because you've read all those magazines, like I said, that white picket fence, that 2.5 kids, this is where we're going to live, this is what we're going to do, this is what, that might be kind of overwhelming for them. They feel like they're a little bit more of a, they need to find their way with what you're projecting. So peel it back. Just give the energy of like, oh, this could be an interesting opportunity. And I feel like they'll meet you back once they take care of their wounds. They'll open up their boundaries to allow you in. So that's what I have for you, group 3. I hope that you have an amazing day. Thanks so much for being here with me, and I will see you in the next reading. Hello, group 4. Thank you for joining me here. We're going to ask of this deck, is your crush crushing back? We have a lovely amethyst crystal here, the number 4 Kauai deck. We're going to ask 5 questions. I'm going to pull at least 1 card for each question. Sometimes more come out. We just go with it, unless it's like a whole deck, and then I'm like, nope, reset. Give me something specific. So is your crush crushing back? We're going to talk about your feelings, their feelings, what to look for, steps forward, outcome. And I know you're like, my feelings, I know how I feel. Well, it's great to juxtapose how you feel with how they feel. It works out, trust me. All right, so your feelings towards your person. What are your feelings towards your person? We get the Page of Coin and their feelings. So this might be somebody who, ooh, the Devil. Interesting. We got the Devil in another one of these decks. Not as cute as this one. Okay, so your feelings towards them, they may impress you with, they might have a nice car, they might have nice things, and you like the way that they take care of things. They might have a job which shows responsibility. I'm not going to say that's you impressed with somebody what they make or how much they earn or something like that is materialistic. I don't feel like that. I feel like when we're in a relationship, like there's certain things that do impress us, and of course, you know, somebody who can take care of you, somebody that you can take care of, those types of things I think are very important. So just because we have Page of Coin, which coin is money, material things, materialistic things, I don't necessarily think that's bad. I feel like you like them for a status reason. Them, though, I would be careful because they have the devil over here. And I'm not going to say that any, I don't feel like there's any tarot card that is inherently or necessarily bad. But it does tell us that I feel like they're very seductive, very attractive. But I do feel like sometimes when we get the devil over here, that they could be hiding something. Maybe it's not really their car. Maybe it's their ex-girlfriend's car because we have attachment, ex-girlfriend, ex-boyfriend. Maybe it's their ex's car. Maybe, you know, or not so ex, but they're presenting it as their own. We've got attachments. We have these two people here and they're kind of tied together in not necessarily a healthy way. Sometimes that's fun. That can manifest in a really fun way sexually. So that's why I said that seduction there. Sometimes though it's not so fun because that can manifest in other ways of like this person has a gambling issue or they're an alcoholic, something like that. So we do need to be careful. Now this is how they look at you. I feel like they do have money and lust is kind of what's coming through. And like I said, not necessarily that's inherently bad. It's not if there's other things involved. So yeah, money and lust here with our crush, which honestly, not too out of the realm for crushes, right? So that's your feelings, their feelings. What do we need to look for in this connection? What do you need to be aware of? What do you need to look for? We get the Nine of Coins. Nine of Coins, again, we've got these pentacles over here. I feel like you value somebody who earns money, makes money, has a certain status because you do that yourself. Or, you know, that's how you see you. You're just starting off. You want to be responsible. You want to, you know, contribute to your 401k. You want to do, like, put so much money away, things like that. With this obsessive kind of compulsive personality, that might be difficult. So knowing how you are over here, and a very attractive person, but it may not be the best fit for you. Which is why, like, the Nine of Coins comes out. Look for this. Are they really that self-made person that they're presenting to be? Or is it just that they're pushing out their Instagram and everything looks good and they're putting up a front? It kind of reminds me of MTV Cribs, like back in the day. I don't know if you've ever seen that. I'm sure they have it on YouTube. Fun, amazing. Like, they're showing these celebrities, they're living this great life, but like, they have all these cars but all the cars were like rented. So I am concerned about what they are showing you versus what they have down beneath, especially when we have got this Nine of Coins here. When this is like, what do you look for? You look for a self-made person. You look for somebody who stands on their own 2 feet. You look for somebody who is responsible with money, who is manifesting, who has abundance around them. But I almost feel like that could be a facade over here. Especially now that we've got these 2 coins cards, that feels like that's something that's really important for you. I am concerned that this could be a person that if you push further with them, they could, you know, do something like ruin your credit. Steps to move forward. All right. Steps to move forward with this. There we go. That's what wanted to come out. Queen of Wands, look at this. We've got another card about seduction and attraction. The Queen of Wands, yeah, hedgehog, of course. This is going to be the most attractive person in the deck, Queen of Wands. Maybe it doesn't show necessarily on this kawaii deck, but the Queen of Wands is powerful and confident. And what I'm going to say is, like, steps moving forward is be confident in yourself. I would say boundaries a little bit more with the Queen of Swords versus the Queen of Wands, but the Queen of Wands is not going to be taken advantage of. So set those intentions, set that intention that you have your values, that this is what you want, that you are looking for integrity as well, and you are not going to compromise on that. Queen of Wands isn't going to compromise on that. So steps moving forward, do not compromise on things. I feel like this is somebody who can talk people into things, that can get them to do things that they don't necessarily want to do or need to do. So be confident in yourself. Know your values and stick to that. Just because this is an attractive person, just because this is like at least the projection initially is everything that you thought it would be, I feel like there's more here. I feel like there's more to it that they're not telling you. So you have to be careful about that. Shine that light on it with our Queen of Wands here. And I just, other than the Devil, everything has been singular here. So that's what I'm seeing is like this crush may not be for most of you, like it might be just fun, and that's okay. Just remember that it's just a fun phase, fun opportunity, but in the long run may not be the best for you. The outcome, and we're gonna talk about that right now. We get the Sun. I just feel like have fun with it. I feel like trust yourself, trust your intuition, have fun with it, be careful. Like I love that we've got the Sun here, like shine a light on your person, let them show you who they really are and believe them. Trust your instincts in this. And I feel like even if this person, like this crush thing, because I'm just feeling like the crush isn't going to work out. I'm sorry, even though we have the Sun here and it's the best card in the deck, I feel like that's the best solution for you, okay? Now, if you are shining a light on their dark side and it's not really that dark and you're like, oh, I get it, I understand, and they're being, I trust my intuition that they're being truthful with me and I get it, perfect. But I feel like most of you are going to be like, you know what, now that I look about this, now that I think about this, this is not what I thought it was. It's not, they aren't projecting with who they really are. It's not who I really think they are. So I just feel like these are all cards more about you and finding your bliss and sticking up for yourself and your own values, and just really finding confidence in that. Sometimes there's a lot of confidence in turning down somebody who's very attractive and walking away from somebody that you have a crush on, and you know what, I'm more valuable than this, okay? So I feel like this is a very empowering experience for you, even if you don't end up with this person. I feel like most of you aren't going to end up with this person, but it's going to just give you a little bit, a boost of confidence, because I do feel like they are attracted to you. I feel like they like you. I feel like they want you in a lot of different ways, but is it going to be the best for you? Maybe not. It might be fun for a little bit. Just know what you're getting into, and have an exit plan is what I'm saying. So that's what I have for you, group 4. I hope that you have an amazing day. Thanks so much for being here with me, and I will see you in the next reading.